You can pick your nose, you can pick your friends. But you can't pick your friend's nose.
Watch the brakes on that.
We got to see where they're going. You know, they want to avoid other aircraft. And I think that's the reason.
Why they turn the damn things on.
Well, not when they're flying around other people. They got to have them on so they don't crash. I mean, I know they got radar and stuff, but that's my theory. Or maybe they just do it to fuck with us.
Yeah,
Could be.
Just so that we know.
Look, there's one now.
Yeah.
Like Lacey last night. I love kids. They're so gullible.
It's an airplane.
So you like chicken?
I love chicken.
That's an inside joke. You had to be there, I guess.
You had to be on the inside, right?
You had to be on the inside. Well, you start out on the inside. And then when you come out, it looks like chicken.
I'll have to call him back. He always calls at an inopportune time.
Everybody does. That's how it works. I suspect my phone will start ringing probably any time. But it probably won't because nobody ever calls me anyway. And I'm here, so you can't call me. So
Well, I can call you.
You could
huh?
call me. So anyway, we're here in Oklahoma with our brother Larry, the famous movie star actor guy. He's slightly disturbed.
Slightly?
Well, I'm being nice, you know, because other people are going to see this.
Yeah, medically documented, you know.
Well, you know. We're going to talk to Larry about some of the goofy things he's experienced in the movie business, which he's experienced a lot of goofy things.
Yeah, there's been a lot of goofy things happening in the movie business,
Yeah.
I'll tell you now, I'll have to make you come back and watch the show.
Tune in next week.
That's the whole point, right?
Well, yeah, because you always got to wait and tune in next week, you know, to see what happened later. But we're having a lot of fun down here, so they're shooting a big, giant movie down here with lots of money that I'm not getting paid.
The Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
It would initially call, and they changed the working title, so I don't know what it's going to be called in the end.
Yeah, the working title's Gray Horse.
Yeah.
That's what's on my check that they sent me. That's for the incorrect amount, which I have to call them and raise hell about. But bastards.
Yeah.
It happens.
People make mistakes, you know.
Oh yeah. I just figured they got all that money, they could pay me more.
I mean, look at your mom and dad, you know.
I know. They've made some mistakes. I'm not one of them. It's all them other guys.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Just
You can
throwing
take
it
it
out
any
there.
way you want.
Have you met Ron? He's not my brother, but his parents might have made a mistake. So fascinating stuff here with Larry. We have a good time.
We do have a good time. Every time we get together, we laugh, and you know that's what life's about. Is having fun. And there are serious moments, you know.
Occasionally.
But the whole point is, you know, even with the bad, you always have the good.
You gotta laugh about it, or
That's right.
it just becomes unbearable.
Yeah. So don't know if this is the lead in to the show.
This is the show. This is the whole deal, man.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we
only
don't.
15 minutes.
No,
I thought
yeah.
this was the lead in.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Well, we can do that. We can go, look, it's Wednesday night. Well, it's Wednesday night where you are, but it's not Wednesday night where we are.
No, it's
Sunday afternoon. But when you see this, it'll be Wednesday night.
I'm ready to go to church.
Yeah. But yeah, this is just typical of what we do in Oklahoma.
No, we sweat last night. It's like one time I was working on, I think it was lightning jack.
Yeah.
I was playing in Comanche, and my back was really, really bad. I could barely sit on a horse anyway, and I had to sit on this horse. And here in Oklahoma, we have pretty much a lot of trained horses. You just gotta pull back on the rein,
and they know what to do.
Sit down, they gotta stop. But these kind of moving Greenbrook horses are, you gotta lean back, and there's no way I could lean back, So the scene was, I'm supposed to come up, we're supposed to stop on a marker. I rode right through it,
You told me about that.
And then had one of the wranglers get on the horse and poor horse. It wasn't his fault, it was my fault, so I couldn't lean back.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of lean back, which hurt like Dickens, when I did, and we got the scene done, and that's what counted,
Well, yeah, you got it done.
I was working on Quick the Dead, Sam Elliott, and Capshaw, and Tom Conti, and in this script I had in the scene, we were supposed to be riding in, we're maybe 6 or 7 miles along the way, and we in my scene in my script, I had this lance to get nice. Throw it, stick this guy's hat, Tom Conti's hat.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be acting crazy.
Yeah. He's the preacher guy.
Well, they didn't tell me before that they had changed the scene, or I wasn't supposed to throw the lance into the hat. They had 2 hats, one thrown hat and the good one.
Yeah.
Well, that was the good one.
Not anymore.
And I put a cut in about that wide, which was as wide as the lance. And they said, well, then they told me that, hey, we changed the scene. The script, you get the script changed.
Yeah.
In my script, it says this. So they said, well, now we got to shoot it again. Can you think you can get that same hole? Holy crap. Of course, you go, yeah, we ain't that hole. So we shoot it again, we ride in, and I threw that. I wasn't even looking, and I threw that lance with that hat. Hit it in the same hole, extended it about that far. And they were all amazed, And I was more surprised than anybody, Oh, crap, I hit that hole, And then they had to do an insert of me just above the hat, putting the lance in. It had to go in that hole.
Yeah.
I said, think you hit that hole again? And well, I'll give it a shot, see where it lands, I'll be darned, I was sitting above there, and I threw that thing, and it hit the exact same hole. And they thought I was just badass with that lance.
Look at him, he's a pro.
They're like, God, man, this guy's good,
Is that the movie?
I said, I'm better at a moving target, though.
Military training. Is that the one where they told you had to ride up and act angry and say something in Lakota, and you said...
Yeah, Tom Conti's acting crazy.
Yeah, and you just said...
We just came from Custer Battleground area.
Yeah.
Greasy Grass, Billy Custer, and Kate Capshaw's, I don't know if it's her brother or, the old lady in it was her son.
Yeah.
He was from Custer. Well, we just killed her brother. But we're asking for food,
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Louis L'Amour's Quick
Yeah.
the Dead.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Not the other one.
Not the other one.
Gene Hackman.
I've never seen the other one.
I've seen it. It's a pretty good cowboy movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but then, you know, throughout the time, you know, I was working on Quinn, and it was really hard to sit on that horse, you know. It was like, oh, my back. And,
Well, yeah.
You know, and you ride bareback. And,
Bouncing.
you know,
Yeah.
and, but even that horse, you know, he'd pull back on it, you know, and that horse would sit down.
Yeah, he knew what to do.
Yeah, so, I mean, it really made me look good, you know. It'd be in the mud, and he'd sit down, and we'd just slide, and I'd come up sideways like I really knew what I was doing.
That's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to look like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Was that the one where you had to say something angry and you come up and said 2 + 2 is 4?
No, that was a cheesy, low-budget Western out in Arizona, and me and this Navajo guy, he was doing stunts, and George comes up and says, you know, give this guy something to say. What do you mean give him something to say, you know? So give him something in the end of it, you know. And so we talked about it, and this guy said, you want to do it? Let him do it. Navajo? I said, no. He wouldn't be able to get it. So I said, well, do Lakota, you know. So we tell the guy, you know, hey, when you, and the scene was, he's supposed to ride up on this horse, you know, toward these cavalry officers, and, you know, sit the horse down, look at him real mean, and say something and ride off.
Yeah.
So I told him, you know, when you get up there and you say something, you look at those guys as mean as you can and as angry as you can. You say, no, okay, no, don't cut the pillow. You know, and boy, he practiced it all afternoon. It finally came time to shoot it. And he did it. And it sounded pretty good. Rode off, but then this stunt guy, you know, we just started laughing. And next day at Dailies, we were watching it, and I really loved it. You know, and we started laughing again. And I said, well, what did he say? So he's looking at that Army officer, telling him 2 and 2 are 4. Right, so. But I mean, you know, and I always use that 2 and 2 are 4 as an audition piece, because in some of the movies, you know, they don't want to pay a translator.
Yeah.
So they'll get people speaking a language and ask them what it means, and they'll want to use that for the film, so they don't have to pay anybody. So I always use, you know, Nupa, okay, number key, double go. You know, I can say it, you know, like I'm heartbroken, or really angry, or I'm just really, really happy, you know. You know, so. You know, it just it became a good standby piece for an audition. You know, say something in your language. Okay, no
Yeah.
So anyway, that was so that's what I did. And then I had one guy, he called me up and he said, "How do you say this in this language?" Oh, man. So I translated, and he said, "How do you say this in this language?" I said, look, you know, I don't know what you're doing. You're telling the people you're getting paid for this, and I give you the translations. You take it back, and you get paid for it.
And I'm not getting no money.
And I'm not getting anything.
Yeah.
I said, you know, buy you a damn Lakota dictionary.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and then figure out how to say it. You know.
Well, yeah.
So, but you know, it's like, man, there's some crazy dumb things that happen, you know. I mean, it's just all kinds of weird things, you know. It's so hard to explain weird things on a movie set.
Yeah, because it's all
everything
weird.
is kind of weird, you know.
Yeah.
Because you know you're in an alternate reality there. That,
well, just the few minutes I spent going through wardrobe, that was really weird. Having somebody else dress you.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Yeah. And she was really
to
attractive, so.
you know,
But that made it a little weirder, but it was fun. Yeah. I'm looking forward to next week when I get to come down here and really see weird.
Yeah, well, you know, they'll be shooting then, and
yeah, it'll be
you at the train station.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
bring your train whistle so you.
Yeah, I got a harmonica. I can do a train whistle on a harmonica. I'll probably wait till like the last day, so if they fire me, I still get paid.
Well, they may not even get paid then.
Yeah.
But sound like a Mack truck, you know. Just,
I could probably fake that.
so anyway, that's just one or two of the few funny things that have happened.
They've happened, yeah.
You know, and I've got some personal comments about some things that I'll keep to myself because I don't want to offend anybody.
No, it's okay. We don't mind.
They don't like me anyway, so
Yeah, we've offended a few people, I'm sure, in the course of doing this. So.
Well, there is an old saying: "It's better be pissed off than pissed off."
That's right. We're good at that.
I can do both. Yeah.
We have experience. Well,
so we're sitting out in front of my place now. They're going to put up my door. Larry's house of sexual excess.
Yeah, that would be fun.
But then the community here is pretty fundamentalist.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd find it funny.
They probably would.
They have weird sense of humor. They don't laugh at anything.
Yeah, I know. They're just kind of well, like the girl that came by talking about Bible studies.
Yeah.
The end of the world, and
But it's always somebody else's interpretation and not yours.
Well, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's based in reality, but
Well, I have a whole bunch of comments.
I know we've talked about it.
But,
All right.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things that have happened, and a lot of funny things, and a lot of weird things,
Well, you've got to meet lots of interesting people.
Yeah.
Who you might not otherwise get to meet over the years.
Well, I tell you, I really wasn't impressed with any of them.
Well, yeah.
Maybe Dalai Lama, but
Well, that would be interesting.
I was at the White House,
Yeah.
MC at a function for the Clintons, and
Yeah.
they were in office, So.
Well, that would really be something neat to do.
Yeah, I mean, I took pictures with Hillary and them, and they said, "Oh, we'll send them to you in the mail." I have yet to get them. But then again, I'm in good company. I'm not the first Indian that's been like to at the White House.
That's right, and not the last.
It won't be the last.
Well, I don't know. Deb Handlin's in there now. It might be better.
Well,
but they're still gonna lie.
That's still the White House,
They're still gonna lie.
Yeah, it's the honest white guy.
Honest white guy.
Which we know there aren't any, but
Oh, we know.